You know, if you would have told me they were going to go 14-4 in the MAC, I would have told you that's not happening before the season began. But they certainly did, as they played outstanding against their conference opponents.
They did.
To an end, it's not ended officially, but the Eagles of Eastern Michigan are going to have to come up with some kind of a run here in 3 minutes and 4 seconds. Done with about 4 and some change left when Miami bumped their lead up to 13, but some stick-to-itiveness for the Eastern Michigan Eagles got it back to 6. You know,
a little full court
phrase,
pressure.
The puncher's chance right now.
A little full court pressure has disrupted Miami a little bit, and they missed a couple free throws in there. If make free throws get to 80. Usually offensive numbers come down coming into a big arena like this. But we've seen some big-time offense here this afternoon.
Yeah, I've been impressed.
But no, we're talking about Eastern Michigan, Miami, the job that Travis Steele's done, +5 in the win total. How about Stan Heath and his Eastern Michigan team?
Done a very nice job this year, yeah.
Above 500 in the league. Back in this tournament.
We kind of took a trip down memory lane. Just underway inside Rocket Arena here in downtown Cleveland. The Kent State Golden Flashes brass. They've made a short trip. About
teams have made a living of is just playing with that force, that physicality, controlling the glass, and what the byproduct of that is your opponent doesn't get second chance opportunities, which puts a lot of stress on the original shot, and on the other end of the floor allows you to get out in transition.
So Western Michigan, I think, in the opening half, 18-point advantage, 43-25. Kent State leads Western Michigan. Don't go away. Halftime band putting down the good sounds here inside Rocket Arena. All right, award winners this year. John Gross, why not? Coach of the Year for his MAC leading Akron Zips. And how about the Player of the Year, Nate Johnson of Akron, Defensive Player of the Year, Nate Johnson duplicates that. Shema Scott, Sixth Man of the Year, the only other player or coach besides Akron on the first team, Brent Beyer from Miami. Second team, All-MAC first team rather. Again with Nate Johnson and Tavari Johnson heading that list. Von Cameron.
Get your shoulder square, get north and south. Paint touches, post-entry passes that creates openings, not only for yourself inside, but for your teammates on the perimeter and some driving kicks.
All right, don't go away. When we come back, we'll tell you more. 20 minutes of basketball in the books, 20 more to go. Does Bowling Green find a way to make a run? They're down 12 in this first MAC quarterfinal to top seed Akron. So we're tied at 29 apiece as we get set for second half activity here out of downtown Cleveland. Still to come tonight, of course, Kent State, the number 3 seed, the Golden Flashes, and head coach Rob Senderoff will tank
back from this 8-point halftime deficit. Along with Jackie Winden, I'm Dave Bacon. Let's take a look. Some first half hot.
It hasn't been for lack of good play by Miami. It's just, a glimmer of a run and a glimpse of hope at times. And, give Kent State.
We got 5 extra minutes here.
Ohio had a 5-point lead at 71-66. But it was the Toledo Rockets.
Each lineup there, the rebounds are relatively even. 3-point shooting, Toledo's obviously plus 6 points in that category. And both teams are doing what they do against each other, then score in the paint.
Yeah, keep an eye on points in the paint. I think that's where we may find our ultimate decider there as we go through the second half.
Yeah, because in the first 2 meetings, in game one, in game one.
10 apiece for Richard and Bischoff.
Yeah, they're shooting over 50% from the floor and 50% from long range. So just doing a really good job of sharing the basketball and stepping up and making shots. And, as Brady has talked about, that's when Ball State is at their best. And
like to score inside there, and they do it. They do it a lot.
Yeah,
see how it plays out.
Indeed, very proficient at it. All right, a couple of minutes away from the start of half number 2. Toledo, do they take this 4-point lead at halftime and take it home to get to the semis, or does Ohio respond? Come on back and join us to downtown Cleveland.
Confirm, it's going to count. Stretches the lead to 14.
Bridget Dunn with 11 is a perfect 4 for 4 from the field. 3 of.
The way this game's gone between these two clubs.
Yeah, well, we expected a one-possession game and probably a win by, no more than one possession point-wise. And we had so much heartbreak here in downtown Cleveland, but they get a win here in the quarterfinals.
The men's games just on their off day of recovery.
So if you're Glenn Box, real competitive game back and forth, and then a gap where you get outscored 16-0, and that's how you.
Some life in them, made some good stops at the defensive end, created some turnovers. They attempted 7 more shots in that third period than Kent State. They started to close that gap, but some good plays down the stretch.
Pep Band is playing here at Rocket Arena, downtown Cleveland. Jackie Winded, if you're the Toledo Rockets and Coach Ginny Bogus, what are you telling your Rockets?
Well, offensively, I think, they're okay. They're doing a good job of taking care of the basketball. We talked about the number of field goal opportunities.
In our final quarterfinal, and this is actually a rematch of last year's quarterfinals that the Bulls won 70-64. Chris Williams 6, as does Cornfield, to lead the Bulls. And you look at the numbers, and it's even, and both teams kind of struggling to score.
Yeah, really the thing that jumps out here is Bowling Green has attempted 11 more shots, 11 more field goals, but has only made 1 more than Buffalo. So, that's been a factor. And give Buffalo's defense credit for that. They've been contested looks, and Bowling Green just a little bit disjointed at the offensive end and really having to press to find a clean look at the rim. Points in the paint there, taking advantage of trying to get the ball inside to Porter, who you just mentioned on some highlights, but really good back and forth game. Look for Buffalo. Has that grit and no quit in themselves, and that was on display here, especially in that fourth period. Tough break for Bowling Green. Found some answers.